Good evening, everybody. It's Christian here with another journey in my journey. I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I've made a video, just haven't posted it yet. But today I just want to talk about pricing and pricing as a small business. Today I was at a networking group, and a realtor wanted to use my services, pest control services, for their Airbnb in their home. And obviously I'm interested in obtaining her business, and with the potential of having more from her in the future. And she asked me what my standard rate would be for my job, for just like an average size home. And so I told her, probably looking at, for one-time treatment, about $300 and each. And she's like, wow, that's a lot. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but with the houses being close by, and we're gonna get them on the same day, knock them out together, I'm like, I could probably discount them and probably do them for $300 together total. And she's like, still taken back, like that's more than what she normally pays. And it probably is. I'm not gonna say that she's lying or anything. It probably is. But it got me thinking. This was before the meeting started. So then when the meeting was started, I started to do some numbers, and that's what this sheet is. My good friend up in Indiana, Nate Bowling, he sent me this spreadsheet on product pricing and breakdown of, like labor and insurance and all that good stuff for him, and like a sheet on like a breakdown of cost per service, and so that got me thinking. I'm like, well, is $150 per house the best price I can get her? Because I am interested in having her business, so giving her the best price possible, for a one-time treatment is what I was going to try to do. So I spent about 20 minutes, and that's what this paper is. A whole bunch of chicken scratch that I broke down. I found receipts on how much my bait stations are, how much the bait costs per block that I use. I figured up, I would like to make about $30 an hour just for me. So figuring I double that, comes to $60 an hour for labor, for, drive time and, all the other costs that I wasn't going to, come up with in a short notice. But say I spend an hour there, and then 20% profit margin I'd like on that job. I did come out to be about $156 with everything total, for my time there and all the expenses I had. $156 per house. So it came out to be about what? 156, a little over 300. So I just said I'll round it down to 150 even and call it a day. So $300, $300 total. And so after the meeting, I brought her aside, and so I showed her this paper. I said, look, I don't know exactly how much the other company's charging you, but this is why my price is where it's going to be at. I'm like, normally for your size homes, looking them up without seeing them, probably looking at about $600, $608.95 to be more exact. But $600. I'm like, so I'm pretty much giving you almost a 50% discount. I'm like, and that's bare minimum. And so she was okay with it. So we got scheduled, and we're going to get taken care of. But you might ask, well, why is the price difference so much? Where a normal person, that would be the price. And there seems like there's more legroom. Well, I'm like conservatively estimating how much stuff I'm going to use. That doesn't include my taxes, my insurance, gas, and the marketing. Marketing, I spend a lot of money for marketing. This networking group that I'm going to join costs a lot of money. It's probably about $1,000 up front, $1,100 up front to join for the year. And in the grand scheme of things, if I get a lot of referrals out of it, $1,100 isn't much, but it's a lot of money up front, and that has to be paid somehow. This is my job. This is how I make my money. So my services have to accommodate for that, and my Facebook ads, Google ads, Thumbtack, Angie, Nextdoor, everywhere that I'm, using for marketing, it's gotta, the service has got to pay those bills. So while, you see a big price tag, it's businesses really aren't making that much after you factor in everything, and also paying, technicians, a living in a decent wage for a trade. I'm able to knock my price down pretty much in half because it's just me. I'm not paying somebody else to do it. If I had to pay somebody else to do it, there's no way I could do the job for the price I'm about to do it for. It's just without losing money, it wouldn't be possible. And so, I challenge everybody. COVID has put a strain on a lot of things. Manufacturers are all closed down, so now they're trying to catch up. Prices on goods have all gone up. Last year we saw a big increase in pricing. This year we're already seeing another big increase in pricing. Gas prices are close to $4 a gallon. Like, everything has become more expensive. So do you not think that services, especially like a trade like pest control or HVAC or plumbing, where you have licenses to keep up and CEU trainings to do you not think that those prices aren't going to go up too? Because businesses that don't make a profit aren't going to stay around very long. And if they're not around, then there's nobody there to do, what you need: plumbing, electrical, pest control. And so the challenge today for you guys, if you're a business owner or looking to start your own business, is know your numbers. I hate numbers. I hate math. I hate it with a passion. And I'm not very good with numbers, but I've got a decent grasp on how much it costs me to do a job, to where I can make a decent amount of money. And it's maybe not very livable, but at this point in time, when I'm starting out and just trying to get my name out, it's a little bit of a lost lead aspect that I'm going to lose a little bit up front, but I'm going to let my work do my talking. Everybody's like, oh, well, you need to explain that you do the best job in town. Like, your quality of work is the best. Well, I don't see that as my approach, because everybody says they're the best. I worked for another company. They say they're the best. What makes me different than them? What makes me different than the OPC? What makes me different than Black Diamond or Bright Pest Control or whatever, Billy Bob Pest Control? What makes me different? And it's hard to measure when there's no numbers and stats, like in sports. Even when you have numbers and stats, there's still arguments. Who's better, LeBron or Kobe? Tom Brady or Joe Montana? There's still arguments. So it's not measurable, and there's no reason to try to convince people that you're the best, because everybody hears sales pitches from everybody that they're the best. And for me, I'd rather let my work do the talking. It's like Barry Sanders. He doesn't go around saying he was the best running back. Walter Payton, sweetness. He didn't go around saying he was the best, but arguably, people think they're probably one of the 2 best running backs ever of all time. Same thing with Tom Brady. He didn't go around saying he's the best quarterback ever. Other people say it. Alexander Ovechkin, People don't say he's the greatest. I mean, he doesn't say he's the greatest goal scorer ever, but people say he's the best goal scorer ever. Wayne Gretzky, the great one. He didn't come up with the great one, nickname. Other people gave that to him. So, if you produce, if your work is quality, it'll show in your work. So my actions are going to speak louder than my words. And so I'm willing to take a little bit of a cut up front to gain people's trust, for the long term. And that's where I'm at right now. Until my name gets out, I'm willing to negotiate, I guess, a little bit with people for their pricing. I'll crunch numbers. But that's my biggest challenge to business owners. Just know your numbers. Doesn't have to be like to the cent. Doesn't have to be, I guess, precise. I mean, if it's precise, that'd be even better. Is there errors in my math? Probably. Hopefully it's errors for me, but probably it's errors against me, just because I'm horrible at math. But at least know some of your numbers, because then at the end of the day, she felt at ease when I told her, I'm willing to cut you a little bit of a deal, because of the potential that you're going to give me more business. And here's why my numbers are where they're at. And so that put her at ease. She's like, you know your numbers, how, she's actually kind of shocked, I think, that I knew my numbers. And, I just didn't pull a number out of my ass. And that's what a lot of people do, just pull a number out of their ass. So that's a challenge. And then if you don't own a business, if you're just a consumer, don't bitch about pricing. It's, we all do it. But just know, if you're not going to do DIY it yourself and you're going to pay somebody to do it, remember, they got a family, they got kids, they got a wife, they got a husband, they got expenses on their own that they have to pay to as well. And so you don't want them living on the streets as a homeless person. So just remember, costs of living's gone up, the price of goods have gone up, getting to your house has gone up because of gas prices. And so just remember that, and don't offend a small business, don't offend even a big business. Just realize that businesses aren't bad. Businesses are here, yes, to make a profit, but businesses are also here that provides a service for people. And to stay in business and to continue to do that, they do have to make a profit. Everybody says profit's bad. Like, oh, look at, Jeff Bezos and the profits he's making, or, there's, you name the company, people have probably bashed him for making money. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, to make money. Yes, to have fun, but let's just be realistic. You want to make money. I want to make money. You want to make money. Everybody wants to make money. And if you ain't making money, then there's no point to it. So, with that said, I'm just going to sign off here. Hope you guys have a good evening. And whenever I post this, just, if you enjoyed this video and like it, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I know other people are probably going to say that I shouldn't be saying all this stuff, and I'm sharing secrets, or I'm exposing myself, and I might be. But you know what? When I started these videos, I said I was going to be transparent, I was going to be honest, and I was going to be upfront. And that's what I'm doing. And so, as part of my journey, the struggles, the ups and downs of owning a business, I'm going to air. Now, with these struggles that I'm having today, I've had some great wins. I've sold 3 big jobs. So that's a plus. I think I'm probably going to do as much as I did last month. But if I land this other job that I might potentially got, I think I'll be over a couple $100 what I did in January for February. And so if I can close out February on a high note, that's awesome. for 3 months in business, I think I'm doing okay with 16 people on signed up for regular service, and I think about 11,000 in annual revenue, reoccurring revenue. So it's only up from here. So working 3 or 4 jobs and trying to build this up is paying off, and so that's the end goal. So have a successful business that can sustain. So hope you guys doing well. Talk to you later.